Okay, before we begin, I would just like to say a huge thank you to M-Factory who contacted me in regards to doing the videos for the products. These are the same people that I ordered the fork preload adjusters from back last year for my Yamaha MT07. They have a ton of parts and mods and all kinds of stuff on the eBay store for just about any bike you can think of. They also do laser engraved parts such as screen and fairing bolts in many colours for many brands and different types of bikes, R6, SV and so on. There's another company called MC Motoparts who also do many laser engraved parts, clutch and brake levers and bar ends and mirrors and so on. You can also do a search on the website for a specific make of motorcycle or a specific model and year of motorcycle. You can also do a search on the website for a specific part. So please sit back and enjoy these videos. I've been sent some products by the wonderful people at M-Factory. They also sent me through some stickers and this really cool looking keychain thing. So all these parts will fit the Yamaha MT07 from the first year of manufacture right up to the current day. So with that being said, let's get it on. Okay, we're going to be doing the M-Grip front riser extender foot pegs to fit the Yamaha MT07 from first production until the current model. So this is how they come, reasonably well packed. The actual foot peg parts are individually packed there. Okay, we have some information about the products, basically telling you to use thread lock and things like that. These are the actual foot pegs themselves. These ones come in black. I think they would suit my bike better. They do come in other colours, gold, green, reds, just standard aluminium. So whatever colour your bike is, they should have a colour that'll match and give it that bit of extra detail for you. These have been machined from a single piece of T6 aluminium. If you look here, you can see there's like a hatch groove design to apply grip to your shoes. These are the foot peg adapters, which are also machined aluminium. You can see the holes there for the pin locations, so you can get all the adjustment that you require. Also in the bag there are two M625 bolts with washers, and in this box here we have the 25mm adjustment fittings, which are also machined aluminium. We have another bag with two more Allen key bolts and the locking pins that you'll need to put in these holes here, so they lock into these grooves in the back here. That'll give you all the adjustment that you need on the foot peg. So these give you an extra 25mm, which is just over an inch of adjustment in either a forward position, a back position, a lower position or a higher position, depending on what you find comfortable. Okay, so this kit does not include some OEM parts that you will need to reuse from your motorcycle, such as the springs that hold the foot pegs in place. Also with the Yamaha MT07 there is a footrest pin that holds the pin in position. This is held in by a split pin. You need to keep hold of the footrest pin, and it's probably a good idea to replace the split pin. The last thing you want is your foot peg coming off when you ride in because you were too cheap to buy a new split pin. Okay, the foot peg length itself from one end to one end is 78mm. The diameter is 25mm and the circumference is 22mm. So there are some tools you will need to do this job. You will need some needle nose pliers or some pliers of some description. You'll also need a 5mm Allen key and a 4mm Allen key. Also you'll need a thread lock that you can use on the nuts and bolts and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to putting these on the bike. They're going to give it a slightly different look. In fact, all the products they've sent me are going to look great once they're on. They do these pegs in other styles as well, with laser engraving and all that kind of stuff. So let's pop them on the bike and see how they look. So this is the stock footrest that come on all the Yamaha MT07s. You're going to want to remove this pin here. So get your pliers, you just generally have to work it around until eventually it comes out. As you can see, mine came out in 2 bits, so that needed replacing. So to remove the footrest pin on the gear side, you need to remove the gear lever, otherwise the footrest pin can't come out. You see, it came out pretty easy. You want to keep the spring and the footrest pin because these are the parts you're going to reuse. As you can see, my garage likes to use grease liberally, so I've just spread it around. Now it's a good idea to double check which way this bracket fits inside your bike. The best way I found was to copy the curvature of the current footrest and then just double check it when it's in position. What you need to do now is reinsert the spring, locate the spring in the hole. Now this next part is tricky, it does take a bit of going. As you can see, the hammer by my foot. You've really got to work it to get that pin going in there like that. And then take your new split pin, check it, make sure it's the right size. And then cut to your desired length. Then use your pliers then just to split the ends. And try and get it as tight as you can around that pin. Then you're going to find these pins that are in one of the bags. Now you're going to need 2 of these pins. Put them in 2 holes adjacent to each other. So if you put them in different holes, the bracket won't fit. So the pins have to go adjacent to each other. Double check the 25mm bracket fits. Once you found your desired angle that you want, take your 4mm bolt and put some thread lock on it. Just tighten that up. Then place your 5mm bolts inside with some thread lock. And then do that up and then replace the cap. Once you put all that back together, you're going to want to put the gear lever back in. I've put a bit more thread lock on there because I broke the seal of the thread lock. There's a comparison between the new and old. You can clearly see the difference there. Now the brake lever side was a lot easier because you didn't have to remove any extra parts. So I removed the split pin, removed the footrest bolts. Be sure to keep the spring and the bolt. Fit the new bracket. Again, this one did need a bit of persuasion to go in. Cut your split pin to size. Split the ends, get it as tight as you can around the bolt. Again with the pins, you can see they're in the opposite holes, adjacent to one another. Now when it comes to the bracket, just double check you got it in the same position on both sides. Use thread lock on your 4mm Allen bolts, tighten that down, and then use a bit of thread lock on your 5mm Allen bolt again and do that up. Double check it, make sure it all works correctly and feels fairly sturdy. Fit the cap and away you go. Thanks for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the videos that I've done for M-Factory, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. I do want to do more videos like this and many motovlogs in the future, so hit that subscribe button and show me some love. Catch you next time.